Quo vadis humankind? We always need a common idea, an order by which we can align our lives. Being part of nature, it is most natural for us to adapt to an order of nature. And nature works on the beautiful principle of the golden ratio, a balance between longer rest periods and shorter transition periods. In the longer periods, we can thrive, develop as individuals, families, societies, and nations, physically, mentally, and socially, and make our global life as democratic as possible. However, in the natural transitional phases to new evolutionary periods, we must accept that the old rules are adapted to the new natural conditions. If now all of us in the world have been living in a new, truly global civilization for 30 years, whether we want it or not, we cannot expect the old medieval rules of feudalism, monarchies, slavery, and nation-states to continue. The nations must stay with us, and they do, but only as a natural step in the whole demographic spectrum of human societies. As we see in the table, the natural size of a nation is limited to about 36 million people. Any larger society can only be understood as a continental connection of several, ideally 12, such natural nations. That's why nations, yes, but the borders between nations, no. A true democracy knows no boundaries. If there is democracy on both sides of an old, man-made border, this artificial border disappears. Nonetheless, the two nations retain their own identities, as well as two families do not really merge when two of their members marry each other. From the physical point of view, energy is the elixir of life. But we can also say philosophically that energy is also the meaning of life. For the simple reason that the true meaning of life is the transmission of life to the next generation. But since energy transfer is the only natural interaction in our new paradigm, the practical realization of the true meaning of life without energy transfer is not possible. But if the meaning of life and the natural transfer of energy are interconnected, then for our first global civilization, we must also rethink the concept of the biological act of transferring life to the next generation, that is, the child obtainment. I think we are so far today with the technology of male semen storage, that we can consider ordering a recommendation or even duty for all young men, much like a bank account, also leave a seed bank depot before they could, only voluntarily, undergo sterilization. This could finally free women from the burden of unwanted pregnancy and help mankind deal with the problem of overpopulation. A human's life begins with the fertilization of maternal egg cell. That is why I hope that this proposal will contribute to the protection of unborn life. At the end, we emphasize again the conviction that our Earth must be freed from the madness of today's individualism. We have already reported on the need to return to basic and large families. The search for a solution for the mountains of rubbish by humanity must also be intensified. Arson must be punished as seriously as the incitement to war. Just as serious as the breaches of air, water, and soil cleanliness. Climate protection, on the other hand, is nonsense. We can and must protect ourselves from the effects of natural climatic fluctuations. However, we cannot really influence the global climate. That we cannot do that, we experience impressively in the next few decades. Wait and save money. Or better to invest in alternative energy sources. And we cannot really protect ourselves from the slowly intensifying clashes of extrasolar objects with Earth. But that may be a topic for another edition of our series. Good luck for your movement. And goodbye.